This is a PSA for people who have already got their invitations but still have EOIs lodged. A lot of the time people create multiple EOIs and forget they even have these EOIs lodged. There are some invitation rounds coming up for the 190 in New South Wales as well as the 189 visa. And to give other people a fair chance, make sure you withdraw your EOIs if you no longer need them. Because the Department of Home Affairs or the state of New South Wales will only send out a certain number of invitations. And sometimes these invitations do get wasted because people forget to withdraw their EOIs when they no longer need it. So share this video and make sure everybody does their part. So Canberra just had an invitation round and they've just published the cutoff for the matrix points, and you've got to see these numbers. Now do remember, it's not EOI points, it is matrix points, so you accumulate points through this table here instead. But yeah, okay, let's have a look. So for finance managers, for 491 onshore, you needed to have 115 points. For 190, you needed to have 120 points. Also looks like there weren't many offshore applicants invited at this stage. ICT managers, 110, 95. I was surprised to see was the cutoff for registered nurses. So for 190, you needed to have 110 points, and for the 491, you needed to have 70. But if you have a look at the table, it's actually quite hard to get over 100 points. You need to be living in Canberra for a very long time.
So what happens if you come to Australia on a tourist visa, you fall in love with this country and you want to stay longer? What visa options are there? Some people have asked me if they can apply for a 189 or 190 visa. Now in theory it is possible, so for example you have your English, you have your skills assessment, you lodge it and then you get invited, you can lodge a 189 or a 190 visa from a tourist visa. But the main issue will be whether you can get an invitation in that short period of time, which is probably unlikely. If you land a job while you're here and your employer is willing to sponsor you, then yes, you can lodge a 482 visa while you're here in Australia and wait for that to be processed. But do remember, you won't have work rights until the 482 visa is actually processed. The final option would be a student visa, and a lot of people do this. They travel to Australia on a tourist visa, then they decide they want to study something here in Australia and live here, so they apply for a student visa. So you'd find a course that's relevant to your previous studies or work, then lodge that student visa, and once it's granted, you continue to study and live in Australia.